What's up, quadcopter fans? HangarDrone.com. Today I'm going to be doing a flight and second review with the SYMA X5C Explorers 2.4 gigahertz. Yesterday when I flew, I was unable to capture any video because I didn't turn the camera on right, so there is a sequence in order to be able to do it. So go ahead and switch on the quadcopter. Let's go ahead and turn on the transmitter. Find the two by pressing up down on the sticks, and then what we're going to be looking at is this green light on the bottom of the SYMA, and if we push up on it, it's going to go red and it's going to take a picture, and if we push down, it should start blinking red, which means that now we are recording. So that was the issue that I was having yesterday. It is a little bit breezy today, so I'm going to take it up for a flight. But this thing handles so smooth. I don't think you're going to find a smoother flying quadcopter, especially for if you are a beginner. I did change the lights out, or at least I thought I did, on the quadcopter, putting the different covers on each motor arm, but it looks like the lights themselves are actually those colors. So I thought I was going to get away with just changing the shells off of them, but it is the lights internally that determine the color. So we're going to fly this thing around. It does have some good range on it. It is a little bit windy, so we'll turn the speed mode up on it. We got a little bit of a breeze today, and I'm interested to see what kind of footage we can get on this. So it handles super well in the higher speeds. Had a little bit of spoke too soon, so had a little bit of drop out there with the transmitter. It looks like drop from the sky, so range on it is going to be a little bit limited, it looks like. Flying straight up in the air yesterday, I was able to get it fairly high, so we'll do a little hand launch here. The battery is fully charged, so that shouldn't be an issue. So we just got a little bit out of range here. So that's good to know what our range limit is. It's about 100 feet, 50 meters horizontally. There could be some interference with it too as well. Not 100% sure. So hovers very, very well. Again, this is the fast mode. Seems like the back pitch is a little bit steeper than the forward pitch. But again, we do have it in the high mode, so we'll switch it into low. See if we can combat the wind and the slower speed, since this is a camera flying quadcopter. Now it's supposed to have a 360 3D aversion, so assuming it can do flips. I'm not sure if it can flip while it's recording though. So go ahead and crank the speed up again. Wind is starting to blow pretty hard, so we'll hit this 360 button, and it does do flips. So there was a side flip. I didn't want to do any flips yesterday with it just because the motors were still new. They hadn't been broken in yet. But you can flip. It is in recording right now, so. And we can't really see the light from here on the bottom of the camera. Tell us that it is or if it isn't. But we'll go ahead and take it up. I'm glad to see that when the throttle dropout does happen, and we're just dropping right now, cutting the engines, it's picking it up fine. So if you do have a loss of power, it shouldn't be an issue. But with the wind, it does blow this little thing around quite a bit, so you'd probably want calmer conditions. You can fly this indoors, but it's fairly big. So comes with some prop guards that you can put on there. Prop guards are, going to hinder it outside, especially in the wind, so I don't have them on there. So I'm not sure what the flight time is just yet with flying aggressively in the higher speed modes. I'm assuming it's probably not too long. 500 milliamp battery. We'll get a good chance to see what the megapixels are on this camera today once we splice the video in. And right about here is where we lost contact with the quadcopter just a few moments ago. So we'll go ahead and switch it back into the low mode. Just do some putting around here. I'm going to have to switch those light covers back around. But you have gear motors on this. It's handling a little funky right now for some reason. The pitch and roll wasn't as aggressive as I would have liked it right there, but it's got a decent yaw rate. Nothing too special, but for this size and the dollar amount, I mean it's a good quadcopter that comes equipped with the camera. I mean, you could get a Tarantula for just a little bit more without a camera, but then you would still have to purchase your own camera to go on top. This thing probably isn't going to lift a GoPro. It would be a very, very big strain on it if you were to try. I think it could lift a Mobius or maybe a FPV action cam knockoff of a Mobius. So might try that depending on what the video quality is from the camera. Not sure how much jello is going to be on here. I'm assuming quite a bit. Most of these clip-on cameras aren't the best. You might get 720 if you're lucky, but I believe this is a 2 megapixel camera, and if it isn't, I do have a 2 megapixel camera that I can hook up to this that I was able to purchase, which was actually I believe like an MX1000 quadcopter spare part. Had fairly decent reviews. So in this low and slow mode, it is exactly what it's advertised as, low and slow. So, you don't want this thing to get away with you with the wind in that low mode. So, to combat it, high speed is going to be ideal. But it is pretty cool that you can flip while recording, so try the flip one more time, and we did a backflip there. Now in order to flip, it's very simple. You just hold on the right bumper here and then push the direction you want to go, which should allow you to be able to flip. So most of the quadcopters, they don't like recording while flipping, so we'll hover back over us right here really quick and take a look at our lights. See if we can see the camera light. Make sure it's still blinking. But this is the SYMA or SYMA or however you want to pronounce it. X5C Explorers. Yeah, in order to get any type of left-right movement, this thing does require to be in the higher speed modes. Getting a little bit of weird feedback whenever trying to turn left or right. Seems like it's over rotating a little bit, but overall fine. Now that's pegged with the throttle, so looks like we are out of juice. So we'll go ahead and land it. That was in full flight with this quadcopter. Let's go ahead and turn the camera off. I'm assuming the camera just shuts off on its own once it's out of battery power. So that was about 5 or 6 minutes. Again, this is the SYMA X5C 2.4 gigahertz Explorers, and we'll splice in the video just to see how it looks, see what kind of results we get. It was pulling a little bit on the turns, on the ailerons there, going left and right for some reason. Wasn't one to rotate as well as I'd like it to. You know, depending on the angle that you're flying this, if you're flying it low, you might have a little bit of trouble with orientation because you won't be able to see these lights here. Possibly you might consider maybe marking this, you know, so that way it gives you an idea of where you're at. But it should be able to fly at night. I doubt you're going to get any good quality footage out of it from the camera, especially at night. And then, you know, the way that this shoots is down at a 45, so it might get a little bit of horizon on there, but I doubt it. It's probably going to be more ground footage, but we'll see whenever we go ahead and put this onto the computer. So if this video helped you out in any way, definitely leave a like